Hey everybody, Anthony the Crypto Lawyer here, and I wanted to make a quick video for folks that really didn't know how cryptocurrency is being regulated by the United States of America. And this is going to be really a video for sort of new folks, just a sort of a heads up video. So the very first thing you got to know is in the US presently on April 24th, 2023, we do not yet have a single government agency that regulates cryptocurrency. Maybe we will one day, but at this very moment, we do not, and we don't have our act together yet in the US. So what we're left with is a number of different agencies that uh, try to vie for jurisdiction over cryptocurrencies. The very first one that most people have heard of in the news lately is the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and they take the position that most, if not all, of cryptocurrencies are what are called securities, based on a definition of securities given in 1930. I think it was 1931, perhaps. So it's very antiquated, and they're trying to use that to establish their role as the primary regulator of digital assets and cryptocurrencies. It would be really a bad thing if the SEC was successful in that, because they are very hostile towards cryptocurrency, and they are involved presently in a number of different lawsuits against various main players in the industry. The second sort of big player of the government is the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC. You might have seen that acronym floating around. They take the position that there are certain digital assets that can be viewed as commodities, or as derivatives, perhaps, and so they would be the sort of the primary jurisdiction for regulating those types of digital assets. And it's important to note that there's always tension between the SEC and the CFTC regarding who should regulate, and so we just don't have particular clarity at this time which agency should deal with these things. So those are the two big players. There's also FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, and that agency is really used on the criminal side of things. They regulate digital assets for really compliance with anti-money laundering statutes and counterterrorism activities. That you're not really going to run into them unless you're involved in a criminal enterprise. So if you're watching this video, hopefully that's not you. There's also the IRS, surprisingly, the Internal Revenue Service. They have provided some guidance in the past that seems to be helpful in terms of what they classify cryptocurrency as. They have issued a number of private letter rulings, which don't have any precedential value, but it kind of gives a good idea of how the IRS will tend to lean in the future in terms of how they view cryptocurrencies. So the final entity or government agency that I really look to is the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Now, that's primarily an agency that's used by banks and regulates sort of the banking sector. So not a huge impact on us sort of retail investors, but it could be good to look in to see what they view about cryptocurrencies, because that can potentially influence the industry. So just a quick video for the new folks so you can kind of have an idea of which government agencies deal with crypto. Now, depending on what state you're in, you might have certain state agencies that want to get involved in regulating crypto, particularly the states that have started to adopt robust cryptocurrency sort of regulations. Like I know New York has their own license for companies that want to sort of get involved in crypto. I think it's called a bit license, and I think perhaps Wyoming maybe is another state that is getting involved in crypto. So just keep an eye out to see if your state is getting into the crypto sphere. And that's it. Hope you found this interesting.